Hello and welcome to Generation Shadow, the epic supernatural saga that will take you through the entirety of horror history, one nightmare at a time. Today's nightmare is entitled Red Right Hand, the second episode of our Belfast 1975 arc. I'll begin a quick recap of what happened in our first episode in a little bit, but first, let's meet some of the heroes, if that is the right word for them.
It's debatable.
Who will be entering...
Misfits, I like that.
The misfits who will be entering the war-torn world of 1970s Northern Ireland. So, we'll start here, and I want to know who you are and who your character is and kind of what their vibe is. And after I get through the recap, we'll have our opening moves. Oh, and also, well, we'll get to him, but we have a very special guest returning for this episode. We'll start with Patrick.
Hello, I'm Patrick. I'm playing Shin, the tainted swordswoman who nearly got captured last episode by the coach. Was the
Doulahan.
Doulahan. I was trying to remember the coachman. Kind of scary because I kept on rolling really badly. I'm thinking, this is the end for my character already, day one. But thankfully they got away. Not much is known about Shin themselves, so I guess we'll hopefully try to find out a little bit more about them this time around.
Hey, I'm Dallas, and I'm playing the Aware character. Her name is Corinne Cassidy Callahan, and Spectre Callahan to most others. She is a different, I guess, breed of detective in Scotland Yard. She has she thinks she has the ability to see like ghosts and things like that, and she has seen them. But really, if you know the mechanics of this game, ghosts manifest when they want to. So they've been wanting to help out because they believe she will do it, and she has. So that's why she gets the reputation of being the weirdo and sent on the strange missions. But she's back in Belfast, happy to be there and happy to help out for whatever the hell is going on. And she's got serious questions after last session. Some characters did some unseen things before.
What did I do?
What didn't you do?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll see if we can find some answers to those questions.
Should be a good time.
Joining us once more, you will know him as that French psychic
That's right.
from our 1920s Appalachia episode.
Yeah.
He's back, my very own cousin, Austin.
Yay! So this time, since we've just advanced 50 years, I'm not playing a character that's at all the same, but his name is Seamus Smith. He is, hold on, I wrote it all down. He's from North Hollywood, as he frequents the Maypole Bar. He always prefers negotiation and making friends over enemies. Let's see. No, if his friends have never heard him raise his voice except to be heard, so he's a very calm person. He only smokes when he's awake. As always. He was raised Catholic but went to non-denominational schools, and he prefers the country to be made whole, but is a completely non-violent person. So doesn't think that that's really a great means to an end, and that it really isn't going to work out. So
But yet he's working with a demon.
true, but for good. I mean, the demon of peace, and I don't know. I just picked it, and don't ask me why. It might be a little bit incongruous, but we'll see if that ends up being a good thing or a
No, I
not a
mean,
good thing.
people try and use evil methods to get good stuff all the time. And it always works out.
Yes.
Every time.
Yes.
You know the saying, crime pays really well.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Nick.
Yep. And I'm playing Kerwin Jones, the Welsh Dragon. Sort of came from Wales, doing jobs in Ireland now, and had an interesting run-in with Doulahan and kind of stole his whip. So
Is that why you were captured?
That's same situation.
He was saved. Thank
They,
you.
yes.
He nearly captured.
Oh.
The dragon took the whip, and then the coachman grabbed me.
Yes. And then I used the whip to control the undead that was being controlled.
Yeah, we'll see how that turns out. You can try playing around with that in this very game.
We'll see.
But let's talk about what happened last time. So this is kind of an in-character what's the word? Non-diegetic document that I'll be reading for you here. Operational Report number 778 by Charles Livingston. Honorable Ocelot. Subject: rising tension erupts into violence at Neo-Pagan Spring Festival. Terrible development occurred yesterday at the annual Festival of Spring put on by the Assembly of Druids, a new age group that has professed neutrality in the ongoing sectarian conflicts. An occult apparition, Tiger Class by the 1919 Blake ratings, known as the Doulahan, appeared and launched an attack. Thankfully, the presence of 3 individuals prevented mass casualties, though Moira Grath, a respected and much-loved member of Belfast's occult community, remains in hospital. These individuals are as follows. 1. Carwyn Jones, a Welshman and possible Great Red Dragon class manifestation. 2. Shin, a definite 666, with loyalties to an as yet unknown infernal deity. 3. Inspector Corinne Cassidy Callahan, Belfast native. Scotland Yard member with medium capabilities. Panther Paramount Singh wishes to cultivate them as sources to gather information on the Tuatha. I remain more skeptical. Should we really put such a burden on them? Perhaps it doesn't matter. They're into it up to their necks already. One question remains. Why did the Doulahan attack? The Red Hand, a loyalist Fey organization, are the immediate suspects. But who supplied them? But there are more pressing concerns. This is a war of attack and reprisal. Now, we wait for the Tuatha's reprisal. So, with that in mind, let's go around and take care of those opening moves. And Seamus, we'll take care of your debts that time too.
Like a report.
That's a good
I like how
report.
in the report Carwyn is known as a red dragon when he's actually a white dragon.
Well, I mean, they use the 1919 Blake ratings. So, Great Red Dragon, which is one of those Blake paintings, is their stand-in. That's the code name they use for all possible dragons. I'm sure they have a big one for Merle Von Worm.
Yeah.
He's definitely a Great Red Dragon under their ratings,
Yeah.
even if he is purple.
Yes.
Yeah. Probably.
Anyways. Yeah. He actually
So-
might take offense to the fact that
Well,
he's known as a red dragon.
this
Kind
is
of
this
fought
is
and
like
lost it.
this is internal documents only.
Oh, yes,
so don't
of course.
worry.
If he ever finds out, yeah,
Who is the Red Dragon? I bet it's Crowley.
maybe.
Oh yeah, I can bet he's doing some weird Great Red Dragon stuff.
Yeah.
He's
If
some
any
real
of them
Francis
comes out.
Dollaride going on with him.
Yeah. If any of them come up, we'll see what they are to me.
All right. So, Carwyn, what would you like to investigate for your opening move?
Let's see. Let's look into night.
Oh, cool. All right.
See
That is Ordo Sanguis.
Yes. See what the Ordo's up to. See if Dorian. Let's see what Dorian's up to. Oh, hello. Straight 10.
Nice.
Whoa, pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. So you could gain a little bit of some good information about them.
Sure.
Or, okay. Yeah, you know, like, maybe you just overheard on the street that, like, oh, Ordo Sanguis is in town. And I will say you learned this. There is currently some dissension, or some tension between the 2 representatives of the Order who are here and the leadership back in England. So the 2 who are here, they're kind of like troublemakers who are sort of being shunted off out to an out-of-the-way location. Though, I mean, the Ordo Sanguis definitely still wants to keep control of Belfast, though. All right, Seamus, for your
So what do I get to
debts, yes. So you have a list of like relationships. You could use the NPCs in the list there if you need it. I can tell you. I think I got a copy of it here too as well. Or you could use some of your the other players. Yeah, here we go.
So I can choose one of the deaths?
Yeah, for all of them, you're gonna kind of assign them.
I have to do all 3? Oh
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you want to pick ones that make sense to you.
boy. That's a lot of deaths.
It is.
Yeah, well, some of them are you owe, some ones other people owe.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
you got the
Okay.
What do they say? And then we can possibly
First
help
one,
you.
you're protecting someone from a dark power, they owe you 2 debts. I already feel like I know who that's going to be.
I mean, it could be someone in the Tuatha because it seems to be your kind
Could
of.
be.
Yeah, I was going to say the Bernice Delaney.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
okay.
fair. Okay, that actually give you good. That's why she would call you in at the beginning of this very game.
That's true. In case
Yeah,
she
Bernice
gets
Delaney
another run in with
owes.
Dualahan. Yeah.
The next someone is trying to save you and keeps suffering for it.
Oh man.
Do you guys want one of those? 'Cause
Well, it could be Callahan. I mean, she's also one who's local.
Perhaps.
You could have like grown up together.
I already put your name down.
Okay,
You,
there it
have,
is.
you just have you have to take it.
All right.
You have
I owe you a debt, or
you owe me 2 debts. No, I owe you 2 debts.
what?
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
I owe
Yeah.
you 2 debts.
Okay.
Because you
Seamus.
keep trying to save me.
Seamus
Okay.
Smith.
Seamus.
Probably always bailing him out after Seamus.
Seamus Smith.
Smith. Okay. Cool.
After your demonic
Seamus, but
rampages,
that's
she's
the
the one who
Yes.
is left holding the bill.
And the last is you have a demon patron who holds the contract for your soul. You owe them 3 debts.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's your demon
So,
pig.
That's the fun of that character.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
So where do I find the demon list?
It's whatever you
Whoever
want to
Who's your
be.
patron?
For instance, I have the Japanese death god King Yama as mine.
I like that a lot. That's also no. I'm just kidding.
Hey, Yama's 1,000 servants, so.
Yeah.
Someone named some. I can't. Let me think. A demon.
Okay. I mean, it could be. You want one that's like Celtic that's related to this particular
yeah.
arc. It could be Crom.
Crom.
Crom Cruach.
Oh,
Okay.
sounds. Yeah.
How
Yeah.
do you spell it?
He was mentioned in the first one. CROM and then CRUACH. And yes, it is the same Crom of Conan
Conan.
fame. You know,
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger. Crom.
No idea.
War.
Yeah, because Robert E. Howard meant Conan to be like Irish, actually.
What?
I know.
Huh.
Which
And
the,
they've been
the
option
casting.
playing it.
Yeah, I do not know what they were thinking with that casting, but you know, great movie nonetheless, of course.
Yes. Because of Schwarzenegger, he was very popular at the time.
But yes, you do get a lot of the stories. There was a lot of like Celtic
Sunrise.
myths and names or whatever that Howard was using. So,
Okay.
but yeah, Crom Cruach is a different kind of deity, a bad one.
That's okay. I'll make it work.
Awesome. All right, Inspector Callahan. Who would you like to investigate?
I would be checking up on Moira because we met her early on, right? That was like the first person we met up with.
Yes,
And
she's
we had
currently.
tea with, or a nip and a tea. And so I'd be checking with her and then Power to see what's going on with the assemblages, how or where they think that attack is earned, perhaps, or why.
Okay.
Because I mean, they were basically doing their ceremony.
Yeah. It's fair. Makes sense to me.
9.
Oh, nice.
Okay. You could maybe owe a debt and then be owed a debt in turn
Okay.
from somebody in the Assembly of Druids.
All right.
It could be Miss McGrath because
She already owes me 1,
yeah, because like you guys all saved her,
Saving
even
her
though
life.
I mean she was injured though. But
so maybe we can just trade off 1 more each.
yeah, that's fair.
So I'll put down her for 2. She gets me 1.
Hmm. I think that makes sense because you were kind of working to rescue her. All right, and then how about Shin?
I'm gonna look into the Knight faction specifically. Where are the things? I guess not really anybody in particular, but trying to figure out where they're standing at. Like, were they involved in any way with the situation that happened at the festival? What's their game right now? Kind of just trying to figure that out. It's a 6.
All right, you will be caught unaware by something that they are doing.
Very, very accurate for this
Up to
character
6
so
is
far.
nice.
However, I do get a
7
level
and
up.
9 is. And then 10 and higher.
So I'm going to take some new abilities. Woo. I'm going to take Tendrils in the Dark.
That's average is 2 dice.
That's a good one.
Ooh, cool.
I've played Crash before. Like that. Hopefully.
I
So
understand it. I won't play it.
we are going to begin in the
Or not.
Gwaltucht quarter.
Go against me.
I do apologize if I mispronounced that. Gwaltucht? I'm trying my best. The Gwaltucht quarter of Belfast.
Huh?
This is the Gaelic-speaking part of the city.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's definitely a Republican stronghold.
in for it now.
Within, you are invited into the White Dragon Ale House. and you've all been called to this meeting by Bernice Delaney. And the White Dragon Ale House, as you might suspect, yeah, Carwin, it's a little bit weird.
It is a little.
Because as you're walking in, you see that like there's paintings and sculptures of you or a white dragon.
Probably not me.
Well, all over the walls. Maybe I should ask you, like, have you kind of reckoned and with what you are? Are you like fully aware of your draconic lineage and past?
I think, as I said last week, once I heard the story of A Tale of Two Dragons, I sort of started piecing together like my past, and then I started getting like dreams of like past human lives. So I get the feeling that I know that I was the white dragon of those two dragons. So, but I think he's a little like, what's the word? He's not too happy that he was the white dragon of those two dragons, since it didn't end up well for him. So he's been trying to sort of take job and like better his name. So because of that. So how do you think you feel seeing like all of these illustrations? At first glance, he's like, these are not depictions of me. He still like thinks that he's just shit. So. Well, as you sit down with your two friends there to join Bernice Delaney, and she, by the way, has another individual sitting there next to her, both enjoying a pint. Delaney says, like, Mr. Jones, you're not a fan of the decorations, then? I wouldn't say that I'm not a fan. I would say that they hit close to home, and at the same time don't seem like something that would be... Sorry, I'm having trouble with words. It's sort of... I envy this dragon. Because it was the victor? Or because it's free? I would say yes. I mean, obviously, being free is one thing, and being victorious in your battles is another. Well, I'm envious of both of them, I suppose. But there is this part of the story. Of course, in the story we know the Dragon of England, the Red Dragon, as always in history, was triumphant. But then, there's always been legends about what happened to the White Dragon afterwards. They say that Merlin, who was the one sort of behind the contest. Yes. He was the one who told the king about the two. Yes. He took the remains of that white dragon and was able to forge it anew, to bring a new life there. And then took it with him and raised it as his own in some sort of human form. Interesting. Yes, and they say that wizards been looking after the dragon throughout the years there. Just some local legends, perhaps, but interesting. And again, considering that I am a changeling, there may be something to them. It is possible. I mean, it's not really the story that I heard, although my own hometown may have changed up the story a bit. So. Well, we have more pressing matters to discuss, I'm afraid. And she motions you guys all to sit down there. I'd like to introduce you to a comrade of mine. This is Seamus Smith of Hollywood.
Seamus, me?
It's nice to meet you, Seamus.
Nice to meet you guys.
So who holds your pact?
Say again?
So who holds your pact?
Oh.
I can smell it on you.
Oh, you already know.
Got another one.
Big Crom. Crom, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with the name.
Yeah. You?
No, not of the same patron,
Right.
different one.
Okay.
You can smell
I can tell.
it? I mean, you can do what you did.
No one
What
can
I
do.
gotta
No one
say.
can do what I can do.
Let's certainly hope he can, Inspector Callahan, because you three will need all the help you can get.
That was intense.
It's a brave new world.
Definitely a story I'd like to hear.
Not one I like to not one I like to retell. Not great memories associated with it.
Although I did get this, and I pull out the whip, which is
Oh! Put that cursed thing away!
bribing.
for context, it's a whip made of like
Human
vertebrae,
Yeah, spinal
human spine.
column.
Human spine.
You know,
Like-
I got one of those at home.
Wiggles every now and again.
Yeah.
One of those
That's why
inside
it
of me.
twitches, yeah.
This is what the weird Irish, like, headless horseman has.
Yeah.
That's what the Dullahan is.
Okay.
A terrifying monstrosity
So-
riding around this coach
So-
made of bones.
Does that make you the new Dullahan?
Yeah, I
then?
feel like in character, am I gonna freak? Did I know this before? I feel like that would be a really huge. That's kind of like.
You may have heard the story of the Dullahan.
Yeah, I know, but like if you, it's
probably
like
better
if you
to
said
do
like,
it, to be
hey,
honest.
you know, the boogeyman. Yeah, I got his arm. Like, check it out.
Yeah, it's exactly like
You
that.
know, the came in. I have his hook.
Yeah.
It is definitely pretty scary, even though
What is
Delaney did see it before.
Definitely
Horrifying
eyes
thing.
kind of wide at that. I was like, all right.
Do you still carry that with you? You didn't just find a way to destroy it?
Proved useful.
You guys are making me. Who are you introducing me to?
Delaney's like, well, if I were you, look, these three saved my life and the lives of countless others yesterday, over at the Giant's Ring when the monster that wielded that spine attacked. Now, Mr. Jones, if I were you, I would destroy it, but at least tread lightly.
I can appreciate that.
Well, the question I have in mind is who sent the Dullahan. Now, of course,
Question. Yes.
the red right hand of Ulster has the obvious culprits, and they have in fact issued some statements of responsibility.
Of course they have. I don't think I don't think we have mentioned this to Delaney yet. I'm going to mention it now. So we were asked by Moira before her unfortunate accident to investigate possible attacks or interruptions at the Giant's Circle. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Giant Circle. We learned that the Red Hand definitely were behind it with some support from England, obviously.
Yeah, Delaney like glowers and she's like, I wish I could say I was surprised.
Yeah, I would agree. But so at least we have some leads, so at least we can begin somewhere. I thought you should at least have that information too. The more people know, the better off we all are.
Well, there's still a few questions, such as why the Red Hand chose a group that was not involved for their target. That it seems the only purpose behind this attack was to increase to spin up the cycle of violence and to increase tension.
Yeah, I think we're still trying to figure out why. I mean, again, why the attack? Why? Who are they trying to blame on this on?
Well,
Good question.
Because I mean, obviously, I had mulled when we talked about it last that maybe it was trying to just show like maybe the Tuatha aren't so good and that they're behind the attack for whatever reason. But obviously that didn't make sense to the rest of us to hold on to maybe why trying to
Yeah. Well, it's
get
sort
popular
of-
opinion against the Tuatha.
Well, the Tuatha have always been sort of known for their sort of wow, my brain's not working.
That's fine.
Their support for the freedom of Ireland, and so
mhm.
it seems that
They're true Fenians, yes.
yes. So
But then why
having-
use something that's fey or fairy to attack them?
Well, here's my thoughts. If we can figure out who is delivered the Dullahan to both Captain Brown, and then he in turn gave it to the Red Hand, we'll figure out. You can ask them why they did it. And I have some potential suspects. And she hands you guys, writes an address on a napkin. This is the Europa Hotel. Currently staying in the penthouse of this fine establishment, you will find Sir Dorian Gray, along with Roxy DeForest, I believe her name is. Both of them of the Ordo Sanguis, an immortal and his werewolf assistant.
Surprise Dorian's here.
Oh, you know Mr. Gray?
Oh,
Or Sir Dorian?
He stole something from me.
Oh, well.
One of our Roxy's here. She doesn't seem to be particularly interested in returning to home. Last I saw her a few decades ago.
You've seen her before.
Yes, I met her in America. Well, I did.
So
Had to think about that for but she has to think about that for a second because obviously there's confusion between the body they wear and then of course they themselves.
Right.
So you know one and you know one.
Yes, though I don't think Roxy would remember me. I looked different back then.
Did we all?
No, I mean I literally looked different.
20 years.
Back then, I was a man.
You have to sit down with me one night over a bottle, and we're gonna have a good time, and you're gonna tell me a lot of stories because I bet you've got a lot.
It's millennia worth.
I don't have that much time, so you're gonna have to speed it up a little bit.
I'll do the highlight reel.
I might need the summary.
Might be as interesting as the dreams that I have, so, of past lives.
Past lives?
Yeah, I have many dreams about where I am different people. It's odd.
You're a strange lot, but I like it.
Well, you'll fit right in, Mr. Smith.
Does Shin know of our good friend Merle Worm?
Yeah.
I don't think
Why
so.
don't you put a face? You can put a face to the name if you think there's a chance.
Or Merle.
From Merle, yeah. Oh, nope. That's a solid 4. I rolled a 2 and a 1.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll mark that off as potential.
You were kind of after Merle's time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Shin wasn't there. He was being, they were, being controlled by being wielded by somebody else.
So Delaney says, well, Mr. Jones and Inspector Callahan, or sorry, Mr. Jones and Miss Shin, now's the time for you to renew your acquaintance with Dorian Gray and Roxy DeForest.
Fun. Looking forward to that.
Should be interesting.
I'll send you to the Europa. I'm not sure what you'll be expecting out there, or what you should be expecting out there, but tread lightly. There's enough problems here without Ordo Sanguis getting their fangs involved. Inspector.
I'd like to snoop around before we go up there. We're going to a penthouse. That is a one-way ticket to trap.
yes, indeed it is.
Absolutely. So we'll cut ahead to like the Europa. It has the dubious distinction of being the most bombed building or the most bombed hotel in Europe. It is it's a pretty fancy upscale hotel. Between the bombings they managed to clean it up. Yeah, keep it all ship shape.
Carpet.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a pretty square skyscraper type building. You're like kind of the lobby area. So let's have you do your roll to snoop around.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's a 8, so I get the whole one. All right, it's gonna have to be the best one. Or maybe. What here is the greatest danger? To me, or us, I should say.
Okay. Well, I would say
I think
maybe
obviously
like
the best way to have is down now.
you interview some of the hotel staff, flash the badge a few times. You discover that it's only the two. They don't have any hidden vampire armies lurking in the closets or anything. But Roxy DeForest is definitely the most dangerous.
I would imagine so.
She's already she's hurled a switchblade at a maid. Missed her on purpose.
Wink.
Yeah, and she
Volatile.
was making loud howling noises just the other night.
Gotcha. So no goons in the lobby. No. Oh, okay. Nothing to worry about. All right. Those two. All right. So it seems like all we gotta do is get upstairs.
You guys make any other preparations before you go, or you want to pop back anything you want to do individually before we kind of
I actually want to try to reach out to my patron for some advice on
Nice.
what would be the best way to get leverage over Dorian Gray.
All right, we'll do that, and then I'll pop over to Callahan.
So it's just a roll though too.
Okay.
So.
So you're able to contact Yama?
Oh, it's a miss.
Ooh.
So they have a job for me now.
Ooh.
Okay. So what does it look like when you like speak with Yama?
So it varies depending on locations and what I'm trying to do. Since we're currently trying to do this for Miss Delaney, I probably off in an alleyway. I've set up a rudimentary shrine and put the sword on it. I took a small compact mirror and placed it there, and on it are inscribed some Japanese words and phrases, and it's part of the ritual to contact. However, as soon as I contact, there's obviously it is not a two-way; it is a one-way mirror at this point. When I'm talking with them, it's a two-way mirror with one of the many agents or followers they have. But this one is a one-way mirror where they're telling you to do things. I'm just like, I've seen this before, and immediately go into my demon form. There's no stopping it.
Oh.
I'm stuck there until I'm done.
Oh.
Whoa. This is gonna be a little tricky.
I
Into the
know.
lobby.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was in a hotel lobby.
But I do have flight.
Valley.
I do have flight.
Oh.
That is obviously one of the things I do choose. Actually, I need to make the devil inside roll.
Very cool.
Oh my god.
Get them out.
Um,
High rolls later. High rolls.
It's blood. That's a. So still pick 2 because I'm on a job for King Yama. So I'm gonna do demonic movement and armor. So I have flight.
All right, good choice. And once again this crazy shifting mass of
For those
smoky energy.
For those of you who haven't seen it yet, I basically my skin turned sallow and shrunken and sunken in. My eyes just like vanish and mist, so there's just like an empty skull socket. I grow a set of horns. There's a smoke halo that grows. I become skeletal, and essentially I'm just very mist-like. So I'm kind of just like this shifting column of mist. The skeleton side of it. It's very spooky.
I'm not gonna recognize you.
Oh yeah, only these two would recognize me. However, I'm going to stay in the alleyway and, as best I can.
Yeah, it's like mid-afternoon. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to the top of a building to just like wait this out.
Okay. The mission is pretty simple. You hear Yama whispering into your ears through this as the mirrors, so you can see the image in the mirror, and it's like there is one who goes by the name of Lord Lars. I need him alive. He will face danger soon. Keep him alive.
Okay.
So yeah, Lord Lars is going to be a threat against his life. You got to make sure he survives it.
That's me in this episode, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Inspector Callahan.
I felt totally uninformed on our adventure we're about to partake. So I'd like to check and see if there's any rap sheets. Just call into the yards if I got anything on file for a Dorian Gray or a Roxanne.
Ooh, absolutely. So would that be does that hit the streets or?
If that works, or whatever you think is best.
I think it's hit the
I was like,
streets.
wow, you guys know people that we're going to go talk to? And I was like, I have no clue who these people
Yeah,
are.
no, it's a good idea. Or like you have that do the research move. That I think Aware might have. I don't know if you picked that one.
Did your homework?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that.
Okay, you can do
Basically,
that for.
it's like putting a face to a name.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do that one. That's kind of more.
Oh, come on, that's a 4.
Oof.
Yeah, so they
no.
got no files on these guys, I guess.
Or I'll say
they're not
this.
willing to tell me.
They do, but they're like
It's you.
classified.
Cool, especially Dorian Gray.
Come on,
Yeah,
Jim.
they're like, I'm sorry, we got some big files on it, mate, but there's a big old X. Do not read. Highly classified. My security clearance will not get me into those files.
James, the only thing between you and those files is tape.
Just
And
Sorry, can't do it.
one of those spells. dated
yeah,
around
and
the-
losing my bloody jaw.
All right, fair enough.
One of the spells dated around the early 18th century is a bit tacky and sticky. I knew it'd be late.
Thanks for looking into it, though. Thanks for looking into it.
Anytime. All right, Seamus Smith.
Still marked.
Anything you want to do to prepare or check into?
So we know where the penthouse is, and how high up is it?
It's like, a good 30, 20 stories.
20 stories. Oh boy. I'd like to have an exit plan. So I guess just get a lay of the layout of the building to know if is it like 2 doors connecting like a big thing, or is it like there's 2 sets of stairs, or there's a fire escape? Like
Why don't you roll a let it out to because you can extend your senses.
Okay.
So that will kind of do reconnaissance.
Okay, well, I'll just roll how that goes. No roll.
Oh,
my
terrible.
God.
It's like there's a door.
Sorry, Snake Eyes is great in every culture, so.
Okay, you do not find anything. You have no idea what's up there.
Games of Snake Prices.
No, they wouldn't even let me pass. They're like, the elevator's for guests only, sir. And I'm like, I'm not taking 26 stairs.
Carwin, how about you?
Might not do anything, but I'm kind of curious if
Mr. Forrest is a threat.
I'm not there. You have no idea where I'm at.
I was hoping to maybe hit the streets with mortality with the Nemean Club, see if they have anything on Dorian or Roxanne.
Okay, you gotta go to individual.
Yeah.
For this one, but yeah.
I mean, I think I have the best rapport with the Panther Paramount.
Oh, with Livingston or with Singh,
with
with Pauline Singh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Okay. Oh, -1.
Oh no.
3.
Oh, okay. She is not available.
Okay.
Just get the old busy signal.
All right. I still level up.
Oh, well,
This
that's
is the
not
most half-cocked job we're doing.
All
right
right, so
now.
you barge the lobby, comically sliding across
Yeah.
the tile floor.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Benny Hill music's going
Bring
on.
the costume in. Bring the costume in.
Yeah.
So, I take it you said you want to just fly up right there.
I'm gonna wait near the top of the penthouse. I assume there's like a balcony that leads outside or something.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna wait above it, kind of crouched like a gargoyle up there, and see if I can try to listen in while I wait for them to arrive.
Okay, so you're up there. Are the rest of you guys just going right up?
Sure.
Yeah, first I'll just be like, where's your friend? Come back.
You know what? I don't. Yeah, I'm assuming.
I will say, before this, I put away the whip.
Okay.
Probably a good idea.
I hope that she shows up.
Don't want anything else stolen from me.
Okay, well, 3's a crowd, right? No?
Well, we're glad that you're here.
Yeah.
Okay, so you take the elevator up, you go right to the penthouse.
Yeah, one last look around for.
Mm-hmm.
Can I investigate a place of power when I'm waiting for them, or is that too much?
Let me just read, or let me get to, I mean, it's not really a place of power.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I was just asking. It's fine.
Okay, well, let me, so, are you guys knocking on the door, or what's the plan for your entry here?
Well, it's a hotel, correct?
No,
Or is
not
it?
gonna-
Or do we know what room they're in? Right?
Yes, the
Okay.
penthouse suite.
Could we possibly
There's only one.
have the person at the desk sort of let them know that we're coming or something like that?
Yeah, you can ask for a ring.
Yeah.
All right. So that you go to this poor harried concierge, and he's like, "Are you really sure you want to visit them?
It's a wake-up call.
They are causing quite a commotion. We've had so many noise complaints, and then whenever I try and talk to them, well, it's the woman there's very scary. I really would rather not. I don't know why I made this guy a fussy British person.
Guy probably is. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but we really must talk with him. I as much as I don't particularly want to, but we
And
must.
who should I say is asking to visit?
Tell them Kerwin Jones and company are asking for them.
Oh, very well. So he gives her the ring. And he's like, there's just growling on the other line. But I take it they are expecting you. Now, at least. So, best of luck.
Is that normal?
Sadly, with this room, yes. With these guests, I mean, yes.
Do I hear anything particular? Do you hear the phone ringing? Just Roxy is just growling into the
Yeah.
phone.
And then being like, send him up.
At least they're here now.
She seems
Not
a
bad.
very interesting woman.
So, take the elevator up. I guess someone just giving the door a little knock there.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
All right. You open up and you head right in. Sir Dorian Gray was never known for his restraint, but lately he's been plunging deeper and deeper into sybaritic depths. His penthouse bears testament to the fact that Gray never wants the party to end for fear of crashing hard. The place is a mess. Overturned furniture. Stains of an unknown nature on the walls and windows. Half-eaten plates of food scattered and staining the carpet. Dorian Gray himself reclines in a barca lounger with a view of the fog-shrouded city. A fruit bowl of the purest cocaine, almost forgotten in his hands. He is completely naked. Letting you in, idly playing with a silver switchblade, is Roxy DeForest, the black sheep of Ordo Sanguis' werewolf pack. She wears studded black leather over a ragged t-shirt, her midnight hair cut brutally short. Right now, she looks like she'd rather be anywhere than here. So, Roxy lets you three in.
I'm gonna let myself in through the balcony door.
Okay, are you trying to do this like stealthily, or are you just popping right in?
I assume that it's probably unlocked and slightly ajar, knowing these two.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just like seep right in, just like you guys see the skeleton form walking behind.
All right.
Across the room.
Roxy freaks out at this.
Oh, Shin, there you are.
Yes.
Roxy is like, she's already like starting to.
Oh, it's okay, Roxy.
My apologies.
Sorry.
This is my associate Shin.
And he comes in through the window looking like that.
Well,
Roxy,
you wouldn't
you
really
should
want
re-
him to go through the front door looking like that, now would you?
Point taken.
It's been a while, Roxy. You probably don't recognize me too much.
Matter of fact, I don't. Where do I know you from?
Let's just say that you tried to rob a production of in the deserts near Los Angeles a few years back.
Oh, right. Back in my biker days.
Yes.
Oh, those were the days.
Yes, that was a day.
I was running dog for that
What production are you talking about?
little tough claggett.
It was some horrible C-list movie.
Oh,
to be
you
honest.
got his pagan pirate self for Satan, you never saw it?
That's right, that's what it was called.
movie.
What? Oh, it's bloody brilliant.
It's a terrible movie, we
I
all
heard that
know it.
was totally
Hey,
accurate.
those special effects, top notch.
Not special effects, that was actually Captain Diego.
Yeah, see my point.
That was practical effects.
I think that was the only good thing about it.
Yeah.
Well, I wish that I had some fellow lovers of cinema here, but I guess not. Now, is there a reason you're here, or should I show you the door?
Well, we were hoping to talk to you and Dorian.
Oh, Dorian. And she looks over and she's like, Dorian, they want to talk to you. Wake up! Dorian languidly stirs and, like, just slowly creaks his eyes open. And he's like, he looks at you and he's like, especially at you. And he's like,
Come be your soul.
what an interesting quartet of visitors.
I'm sure.
And I believe I remember you.
Yeah, last time we met, you were more interested in clothing and seemed to have nicked some of mine.
Oh, I am still deeply interested in clothing. You just happen to find me at a moment when I'm not my best. If you'll excuse me, and his eyes go back down.
Dorian, you wouldn't happen to know exactly where my clothing went.
I believe I shan't remember.
Very well. I know who has it, but don't know where.
Can I put a face to a name for this fool?
Yeah, that'd be fair.
Just like, do I know this person?
Hello.
10.
Wow.
I rolled a 10. 11 minus 1.
Okay, you've met him before in some way.
Sure I have.
I mean, Shin is like this immortal kind of being, so
Oh, he's probably his face is plastered all across the underworld. Like this person needs to join us.
oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
He has
this immortal guy, he's been alive for too long.
he has a if anything a first class ticket down there. It is not a hunt on site. It is a report him on site.
So yeah, you know everything about Dorian Gray, this decadent immortal. The picture ages and gets bad, and is like now long since he's done all sorts of horrible things, but he doesn't.
So Dorian. How's-
Yes, I see you won't leave me alone.
No.
That is disappointing.
Let's just say that we're a big fan of you down below.
Oh.
We would love for you to join us one day. However, today is not that day. But
Wonderful.
we are trying to find some information regarding an exchange of goods, services, property. I'm not exactly certain. The Dullahan.
Oh.
I think that we've heard that you may know something about something, and I know some things about you that I'm sure you much rather keep secret.
What do you look
That
like
is my
when-
price.
When he mentioned a Dullahan?
Why don't you give me a figure
Figure
someone
someone
out?
out, sweet.
Yeah.
Alright, that's what's up. 8.
Okay, so with that one, you can ask me 2 questions.
So, Mr. Gray, what seems to be the worry about this character? And we've heard that you're in the connection of the one controlling it. Who's making you do it?
Ooh.
So who's pulling your strings? I'm just trying to see if I can bluff him out of it.
Yeah, I see. Okay, so you definitely know it's Ordo Sanguis. I think somebody you investigated Ordo
I
Sanguis
investigated
before.
Ordo Sanguis. Yeah.
So you realize that, like,
Yeah, there's
the leadership.
the tension between the
Yeah, the leadership back in,
I'm
England
seeing
proper.
those Squeal and
Ooh. Alright, I think you get one more question with the 2.
No, that was I was gonna say, why are you worried so much?
Oh,
When
right.
I hear the
Okay.
name, and then I heard you're the one doing it.
Yeah, he's definitely
Why?
worried about-
who's telling you to do so.
Alright, so yeah, he'll answer that.
Maybe I went out of order.
He'll be like, I don't know if you follow English politics, but have you heard the name Margaret Thatcher?
Familiar, yes.
Oh yes, Margaret Thatcher Milk Snatcher, the papers call her after she passed legislation restricting free milk to the nation's school children. She is a woman of an iron constitution and traditional morality. She's also a vampire. Naturally.
Okay.
Of all the things of the Night Faction, vampire for Margaret Thatcher, I can believe it.
She has risen through the ranks of the Order with a determination that one would almost admire if she wasn't such a pedantic bore of an individual. And let me tell you, she is no fun at all, not like me. And he kind of falls face forward into the Coke and does a beautiful sniff and then pulls himself up. Oh, I tell you.
So it's you.
The
two.
new ages bring such wonderful diversions. What? Yes?
So it's you two who have been causing the tension between you and England.
I am merely following the commands of Miss Thatcher.
Not very well, apparently.
Well, supposedly it's
No, splendidly well. She sent me here and Mr. Forrest to look after me. She sent me here to follow her commands, to take place in Belfast, and that is what I have done. I am currently in Belfast, and Mr. Forrest is doing a wonderful job looking after me. So we are clearly being a good little boy and girl for Miss Thatcher.
Now, the question is, she decided to do her business while you're here, which she ordered you to do. Now, remember, I know some things about you, and I think you have some information that we could all very much use. So, what has she ordered you to do? I mean, my secrecy is my price.
Yeah, you dropped the name.
What? I have another idea. Instead of this boring conversation, how about we play some music on the Wi-Fi and just see where things go?
I kind of just like stop and like the
The hi-fi.
high five, just like you are a
Wi-Fi, he would
interesting
a
individual.
little early for
It's
that.
a little early for
You're gonna
Wi-Fi,
have to
yeah.
roll a persuade on
Yeah.
him.
Oof, on heart.
Yes. Nice roll.
It's a 10.
Nice roll.
Nice.
Whoa. Okay.
+1.
Yeah.
He puts the salad bowl of cocaine aside and stands up, and like it's a leather chair, and you can see it was like clinging to him with sweat.
Of course it was.
Pretty gross.
Of course it was.
Yeah, like that.
He's been sitting there for the past 12 hours easily.
He goes like right over to you, and like you're a freaky, weird, misty skeleton.
Yes.
He like puts his hand, right over to you and gets like real close, like within smooching distance. And he's like, "Darling, I think I'm going to tell you, and perhaps in return, we could have something of a relationship, in any sense of the word."
Continue.
What's Roxy doing at this point?
Yeah, so Roxy is also getting a little bit pissed off
I
at
think
this.
everyone in the room's very uncomfortable.
DeForest walks over to Dorian Gray and like shoves him back, and she's like, "You might want to turn into a fucking traitor, but I've still got my family name, or what's left of it. I need convincing. I don't like Thatcher any more than the rest of you do, but I can't have you telling your secrets to these four,
Well,
not unless they make some certain promises, or make the deal sweet for me."
well, what is it you need?
She thinks about it for a bit, and she's like, "Well, I think what me and Mr. Gray both want is for Miss Thatcher and her plans to fail. So if you decide to give us some help, that might put us in a little bit of an alliance."
Well, let's just say it this way, that if we have this information, it'll be put to a good use. Not only for us, but for you as well. That's this information.
If Miss Thatcher is indeed behind the Dullahan, then that might not be, unless England is somehow employing Irish creatures for their work. I don't think that would look too well on the Ordo.
Okay. DeForest like says, "Let's have one of you swear to it." So one of you guys is gonna have to owe her a debt.
I'll lower debt. I'll swear to you that we'll make sure that you and maybe your friend, your patriot over there, I can guarantee coming out on top will give you the best advantage to do so.
All right.
In this day and age with everything going on, I can't make guarantees, but I can make promises that I'll give you what I can get you.
Okay, so you can mark that down. You owe her. DeForest looks back at Dorian, and she's like, "All right, Sir Dorian. I suppose if we're all together on this, you can go ahead and tell them." And Dorian says, "Now, for reasons that I cannot fathom, because it's too boring and I just can't pay attention during her long meetings, Miss Thatcher wishes for the conflict in Belfast to be accelerated. And so she sent me to act as sort of a go-between, a middleman, between her and several purchasing agents in America, arranging the transportation and summoning of various magical goods and creatures from Americans as well as some individuals here. That's how we got the Dullahan and gave it to those barbarians in the Red Hand. I don't know too much about the American side of things, but you could investigate them. You may find out a little more. What's particularly interesting is that Thatcher is fueling the she's burning the candle at both ends. Betting on all the horses, so it would seem. Under her command, magical artifacts have been given to both the Red Hand and to the Tuatha. There's a reason for this, of course, but, well, I wasn't paying attention.
While those who sell to both sides often gain more than if they just went with one side.
That could be it, but for Miss Thatcher, I sense there is a more sinister motive. And speaking of sinister, and he turns his eye to you, you, sir, I may not look it, but I'm quite an old and wise gentleman, and I can detect that you have a little costume change, just like this one. Would you like to give me a show?
No, I don't think I will. I don't think we know each other that well.
He gets super close to you, very uncomfortably, and he's like, "Well, what if I put a little record on the hi-fi and we see where things go, eh?"
No.
Oh, how dreary. All right, you got what you want. Fuck off.
Very well.
I step back out of the balcony and says, "It was a pleasure to meet you, Dorian, as well as to see you again, Roxy." And I just am away because I cannot go through the lobby.
So you're floating up there in the sky.
I'm heading back down to get on a building near the entrance.
Okay.
See you in the alley.
I'll be near.
Pleasure to meet you, Roxy. And
My job is a dead.
Doran. It's interesting
I don't
seeing
know that.
you again.
I said before.
Okay.
Always a pleasure to meet someone of your bloodline.
Let me know if you heard of any others.
And as for you, I'm sure I'll be seeing you again. In my dreams.
Oh, no. I know I'm handsome, but wow.
So, even skilled for me, I'm kind of glad
So-
I was a new human.
With some new knowledge learned.
Did date a werewolf.
It's true.
Oh, it was more than dating.
Yeah,
They got
yeah.
married.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They did get married.
I mean, for whatever that's worth.
Yeah.
For however long
Yeah,
it
How
lasted.
long that lasted, yeah.
Probably a little bit longer than a Kardashian wedding.
Well, she became Lady Grey, so
It's
Yeah.
true.
That's true.
maybe she just did it for the title.
Maybe.
I mean, she already well.
It sounds like something Roxanne would do.
Yeah.
And now, well, Roxy has reclaimed the original.
Yes.
So in the lobby, you guys notice something a little different. The town car from just last night or so ago rumbles to a halt right in front of you, and Charles Livingston is at the wheel.
Just hit the town car. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Charlie. How does he look?
As always, haggard and rumpled.
Yes.
See, you didn't take my advice, but hopefully someday you will. What can we?
Well,
Oh,
it's
the pleasure of this visit.
It's Miss Singh, the Panther. She'd like a meeting with all of you. We've been the club has been keeping a bit of an eye on your antics, and she wants a meeting.
At the same
Also, I'm
perfect
wondering,
timing.
where is a few questions. First of all, who's this new fellow?
Well, this
This is Seamus.
shameless.
Well, I'm asking you, but of course I already know who it is. I've read the file on you, Mr. Smith.
True.
Uh,
Hope it's not that big of a file.
Well, I won't tell you.
Always one step
I
ahead.
assume Delaney recruited you for this?
You'd be right.
Well, I'm glad we can be honest with each other. It does save me some time. Well, come along. Miss Singh would like to speak with you. But where's Miss Shin?
Oh, she's about. She's.
She said she had something to take care of.
She's up to something.
Valid. All of those are very valid. I am up to something. I'm currently on top of a building, so I'm up somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she is a definite 666 to use our categorization. So
I could say she did seem a bit stressed last time we saw her. So she's got an important job. If I can say that.
Yes.
well, I'll keep that in mind. But come in and buckle up. It's a bit of a ride.
I see this, correct? From my vantage point?
Yeah.
Okay. While this is happening, I see this. Can I kind of try to scan the area to see if there's anybody paying any particularly close attention to this?
Oh, sure. Wait, I guess this would be a let it out to extend your senses.
Nope. 6.
Ah.
Good try, though.
All right.
I
Yeah, you
believe
scan.
I'm
But this is pretty like
Corruption correct. Sorry, I need to see the basic roll to have a copy. Let's continue.
you're in like the middle of Belfast, so it's pretty busy. But yeah, you're unable to like. So yeah, so you can't really see if any picked up a tail if anybody's watching. All right, town car cruises away. Livingston says, "Heading to an outpost outside of Crossmaglen, one of the more dangerous places for those of my origin in this country, bandit country. It's often called. So be careful. If there's any signs that say sniper at work, well, stay close to cover."
Good to know.
Okay.
So you zoom along and then head out of Belfast, go into the country. You're in these like large, the rolling hills, the mist sweeping in. Occasional copses of trees and some light forest there. Beautiful country. And after a while, it starts getting a little bit closer to the evening. I'm sure Livingston has like a whole bunch of great classic rock tunes that he can be. I'm sure he's playing the Who, all the great British invasion hits. These got on cassette there in the car.
The 8-track.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. And you cruise to this. Oh man.
Charlie, I didn't know you were into this type of music.
Not too familiar with it myself.
You would be surprised. I like a good rock and roll as much as the next fellow.
I am surprised.
So. Yeah. And you guys cruise over to this.
Thanks, Cat.
Right?
Yeah.
It's what a cat stops.
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
To like a medium-sized sort of military outpost. It's got a few barracks, some watchtowers, surrounded by like sandbags and barbed wire. And currently, there's a bunch of like armored cars and light vehicles around. It is a military base. You have like some British soldiers just sort of relaxing out there in the mud and the dirt, just sharing some cigarettes, taking a bit of a respite. And you pull up to a halt in front of the main barracks building. And right now, there are two individuals there. Panther Paramount Pauline Singh, who is wearing, she's switched out her like civilian blazer pantsuit kind of thing for like a more military cut. No insignias on it, of course. The Nemean Club works with the military, but is always, the special branch that you don't got the right clearance. You never know why they're there. Next to her, also now wearing a military uniform with like the SAS badge, and various other regimental honors is Cat's Paw Benny Brown, and he has like an Enfield rifle like on his back and is ready for war.
How did they react to seeing the skeletal person flying close behind this car?
Oh, or you're not hiding yourself? You're just zooming along.
I assume I'm like there's like no cover.
There's like trees and it's really foggy, so you could try. If you want to be stealthy, you probably
I'll
it
try
might
to
make you roll. But if you're
I
not,
definitely try to be stealthy so that when they get out of the car, I just kind of step out like behind them, so that I'm just like kind of just suddenly there as best I can. So I don't know if there's a right way to do for that.
No, I'll allow you to do it.
Okay.
Because I think like Singh and Brown see you, so
Yeah. I mean, they know they're there. Just they're suddenly like door opens, they're getting out, and then you just kind of see me materialize in the mist in full tainted form.
Yeah, Singh flinches, but she holds her ground. I mean, she's kind of young and new to this, but she's read the files.
I didn't mean to scare you. I apologize for that.
Just a bit stressed.
Who?
Singh is like trying to compose
You got
herself.
bags under your eyes.
The skeleton head just wraps against your shoulder.
Yes, well, I've seen photographic evidence of this sort of thing, of course, but in the flesh, so to speak, is another matter.
I'm harmless to those whose time isn't up yet.
Brown leans a little closer to you and like sniffs, and he's like, "Yeah, I've seen the stuff before, like you. Killed plenty of them as well.
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
And let me tell you, all
A
the
ray of sunshine, aren't you, Benny?
It really is.
Who is this guy that's all tough and brimstone?
Benny Brown.
the name is Brown.
Do you want to call him Brown?
You can call me Brown.
Because he's full of shit.
You know a lot of people. With him.
He's also got a gun.
I can see that.
Yeah. It's a military base.
I can see that.
Brown is like, yeah. Well, I've met quite a few like you in Malaysia during the emergency, in Vietnam when I was with the Australians, and they always got a fast tongue, but my trigger finger was a little bit faster.
I doubt you fought anything like me.
Well, maybe I ought to think about starting.
Well, maybe we should all just whip it out right here and now.
Damn.
People, please.
It's not his time
Yeah.
yet.
Inspector Callahan's amazingly witty remark kind of defused the situation a bit. But Brown is like standing back. He's going like red-faced, and his. But Sing is definitely like, she's like, cat's paw. Remember our mission here.
I apologize, Captain.
And he's like, very good. I'm sorry as well. Singh says, now, Brown's been briefed about your situation. Mr. Smith, when Livingston told me you were involved, I was rather pleased. We think you could be a good influence on her.
Yeah, I'm
And
a big fan of your work.
on the situation here. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. But I have to ask, what were you doing at the Europa Hotel?
Gathering information.
Of what nature? And I do remember that at least Mr. Jones and Inspector Callahan did.
Yeah.
So she is like kind of calling in that debt right now. She wants you to report.
Uh-huh.
Ah, yes.
Good thing I didn't take that one.
Fair.
It was a debt for a debt. So
Yes.
It was.
Yeah, for help for
You
your
can
help.
deny the debt.
No.
You can refuse to honor it. That's an option.
No, she's a good player. So
The Bob Brown's right there. I can say this shit.
Well, we don't have to give them all the information.
It's true. Fair. You're valid.
It seems the presence of the Dullahan was procured
Yes.
by members of the Ordo.
Oh. That's very distressing. I mean, you'll see like Livingston like kind of nodding a bit. He's also worried about this. Well, I'll write to my superiors and we'll see if we can prove this. The Order and the Club have naturally been at odds over the years, but they have sort of a shaky truce against greater threats. So,
I would look closely at Miss Thatcher.
oh, she's a bit of a rising star in their ranks, according to our files.
She's a bit of a rising star in general.
Yes, well, that is indeed distressing. But we'll look into it.
she's quite influential.
Do you have any idea the extent of their operation, like where they're acquiring these?
Not entirely sure how they got the Dullahan, but they seem to be getting other items from America.
America. Well, I do know that the Tuatha have many supporters there. They fundraise, and they've been oftentimes weapons are purchased there and then shipped into Belfast to use. They can use.
I get the feeling the Tuatha aren't involved in this.
Ah. Well, we'll reach out to our American counterparts, and we do have plenty of allies over there amongst our American cousins, but something that it may require a closer hand, and the club itself cannot be involved. So, I suppose you lads would fancy a trip to the States.
Been there for
You
a
know?
while. I'm okay now going back.
It's funny you mentioned that. I got a cousin out in California, Los Angeles actually.
Oh.
He's a police officer himself. Harold Callahan, you might have heard of him.
Whoa. Interesting. Is that a Dirty Harry reference?
Yeah.
Ooh, awesome. She's like, well, I'll keep it in mind.
Yeah. Well,
Now,
little Harold, I've visited him many times.
let's get out of the cold. But then there's a shout comes from the copse of trees bordering the outpost, loud, defiant, and with hate packed into each syllables. Up the rebels! Skin the goat Gulliver emerges from between the trees, clad in green. Next to him, looking more than a little surprised in his sunglasses, stands Lord Lars. Before the soldiers can react, Gulliver waves his hands, and a wind stirs the leaves and grass. As it rushes toward the outpost, dancing bands of cobwebs go with it. They wind and spin, catching the sunlight, and fall across gun emplacements and bunkers. Then, the spiders emerge. They have the delicate joints, thin legs, and colorful abdomens of tropical hunters. With evening moonlight, adding a glint to the pitiless sets of 8 eyes and long fangs dripping with venom. Some are as big as Irish wolfhounds, while others could entangle and devour a Saracen armored car, which it seems is just what they intend to do. Gulliver and Lord Lars disappear back into the woods, leaving the spiders to do their jobs.
What the hell is Gulliver doing?
So, right now, this swarm of spiders is heading straight towards the Crossmaglen outpost. I might ask, maybe we'll do, I think we got 4, so we should probably do this game's version of rolling initiative. So, what you're going to do is roll, keep your cool, and then let me know what you get, and I'll decide what order you act in as these spiders attack. Anybody
11.
so anybody get higher than 11?
No, I got a 10 though.
10.
All right. Wow.
What?
Yeah, I get no bonuses on Spirit.
So, an
Yeah,
11 for
I'm the only one
Shin.
who has bonuses.
Smith, what did you get?
I got a 10.
Yeah, three 10s. I have the highest spirit.
Okay. Then with a 10 is our friend Carwin.
Shoot, I broke my whip.
Oh.
Damn it.
Who's the higher spirit between you guys, or is it the same?
Same. I will let the one who can do some nastiness, hopefully, go before me.
All right, we'll have
Pacifist
Is
nastiness.
it a good time to mention I'm a pacifist?
Well, they're only giant spiders.
Yeah, well,
I'm just a human. I have medium capabilities.
medium. Wait, medium spelled medium or medium spelled medium?
The way you said it.
Oh, okay.
Callahan,
So
and
It's a
then
great game, medium, by the way.
the spiders. All right, so Shin, currently this big swarm of spiders heading straight for you, and also you have Lord Lars and Skin the Goat still in the trees somewhere.
Yep.
Who knows what?
My job, escape a situation. I'm going to just look at this, just like, I'm going to look towards to Callahan. I'm going to say, sorry, I have to sit this one out, and I'm going to vanish. You see, this, obviously I'm kind of like, you can barely make out my form because obviously mist and smoke. You just kind of see me lift off and head towards the direction of the forest.
You did say the word sit this one out.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So unfortunately I have to sit this one out, sorry, and then leave.
I'll remember that.
What?
8. I see the
Coward.
yeah.
Shin is Shin fears spiders,
Shin.
or another job.
So yeah, escape the situation. Have to choose 2. I'm gonna give into my base nature to mark corruption,
All right.
and then I'm going to end up in another dangerous situation because I'm feeling that was gonna happen anyways.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if I get all the way to them before the situation happens, but I'm headed in their direction.
All right. I'll say this, and we'll kind of keep going around here. So you're heading straight towards Lord Lars, or where are you?
I'm headed in their direction to try to catch up with them.
Okay, so you float in. Then your situation that you run into Skin the Goat Gulliver spots you. He He is an Armalite, like one of those assault rifles, like in his hands. But he uses a little bit of Tuatha magic in the trees, which reach down and entangle you. Even though you are like, mystical, these get some cool mystical branch action that are able to ensnare your shrouded form.
Ignatius, I'm here for Lars. Not that way. I'm here to help him. And that's all I'm going to be able to say, I guess, before we move on.
Yeah, we'll catch up with you in just a minute. Carwin, what are you doing with these spiders? They're going to be on you in like a moment, the swarm. It's a real 8-legged freak situation.
Yeah, I was going to say.
If you remember that classic giant spider movie.
Scared me as a kid.
Oh, very scary movie.
Arachnophobia.
Very common.
It is, yeah.
I was afraid of Furbies.
Arachnophobia?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to find out why Ignatius is doing this. So I want to see if I can essentially let out some of like the strength within and see if I can like bowl myself through.
Ooh. Okay, I like that. So you're just like charging right through the the spider horde. Okay.
Fuck.
Oh no.
Pardon my French.
I like it.
No, it's a 5.
Okay. So you try and rush your way through. Unfortunately, the spiders have other ideas. A bunch of like smaller, dog-sized spiders leap and crawl their way over you, and with the web coming out of their abdomen, and they tangle you up pretty bad, and you fall to the ground. Now you're kind of in the middle of the spider horde.
Dang it.
Seamus,
Okay, so
one guy took off.
Yeah.
One guy ran to the spiders, got tangled and dropped. What do you do?
if I survive this, I'll remember. Yeah, don't worry. So I'm trying to remember.
Oh, I should say, like, you guys are in a military base too.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like-
So it's coming out. Yeah. So I assume we were maybe near like a staging area, or maybe once Mr. Brown has on him like a smoke grenade, a flash grenade, a stun grenade, something.
He's got one of each.
Oh, sweet. Now I can't remember if spiders have like a great sense of like. Well, they have a lot of eyes. I feel like that's a good one. So I'm gonna take a flash grenade. Let's just try that out. And then I'm gonna get behind cover and throw it behind me, and then try and figure out like, is there a car? Is there a way to get it moved? Because I'm not part of the Nemean Club. I'm trying to like die from my own it's like I don't have a big thing that says like I'm with Delaney, right? There's no way to just be like, what are you doing? And they're spiders, so it's just gonna have to be like I guess we're just
Okay.
more avoidance. So
Why
it's
don't
like
you roll? This is a mislead, distract, or trick. I think, 'cause
that's-
you're trying to like distract them
That's
with
where the
blast.
inspiration came from.
Yeah. So you roll that one.
Okay.
So roll with mine.
Roll with mine. Oh, cool. -1, no big deal.
Cool.
Happy. Hey, what is
Nice.
Ooh, just when you needed
Still
it.
a 10. So pick 3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. You create an opportunity. So I'll create an opportunity for him to escape.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Expose a weakness or a flaw.
So their eyes, you're.
Yeah.
And also, like, the spiders are like stunned.
And then
By the
So many
splash.
eyes.
either I
just-
can confuse them for some time or avoid further entanglement. So I'll confuse them for some time.
Okay.
I'll do those 3.
All right. They will be totally confused. You like just pull the flashbang off. Brown is like, "What the hell are you?" And then you pull the pin, throw it into the air. It blows to life. All those spiders, with all their 8 eyes, stunned by the sudden flash.
Yeah. I basically just see the flesh and fly in the air, and I'm like, shit!
Down, Mr.
And then you were able to like rip your way free of the webbing.
Alright.
Inspector Callahan, what are you doing?
Big spiders as big as dogs and larger than that? Screw this.
F this shit
I'm
out.
going to try to find, if I can, a close, vehicle big enough that will be able to carry us and try to get out of this place, because this is scaring the hell out of me. Yeah, that's some serious stuff. So that's my best bet. Now that he threw the flash and gave us a moment, got him out of that, I'm going to try to jump in somewhere and swing up and be like, get in. And yell at Brown, you're a military compound, you take care of this.
He's like, use the gun in your back, Captain.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you got the arms. I have a 38 snub nose. Like,
You could take. I have to get some bolts though. Right?
What was that gonna do against the
I'm a
spider?
marksman, but these things are huge.
You have more than I do.
Wait, so is it like duck-sized spiders? Like how
Oh, no,
big?
he said Irish Wolfhound too, like
Oh, wolf.
Yeah,
dog.
it's like car size.
Humvee
Humvee
size.
size.
Oh, yeah.
Humvee size.
Yes.
Or a tank
Oh.
or something like that. He said earlier, it's big.
Yeah.
We're talking about Shelob size.
Giant.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
all
Shelob
right.
size for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, not liking that.
So I'm gonna,
Oh,
I'm gonna
that's
yell at
why-
Brown to get on the big guns and try to get a car if that's cool.
Okay.
Took it a tank.
Why don't you roll to keep your cool to like
Oh, perfect.
kind of like scan the lot there and so you can get something.
Yeah, that's a 6.
Oh, I thought
Nice.
Okay, so you look around. There are some armored cars, but like right now the soldiers are piling into them to like use them as weapons against the spiders. So maybe you could try later if you really need to, but you're not quite able. I mean, there's still the Bentley a little bit further, or the town car a little bit further back, but just like out of reach for you right now. The spiders are kind of between you and it.
Okay.
So yeah, not quite able to escape. Okay, so a few things happen. The soldiers all start firing back. Livingston like motions for you guys to like kind of take cover behind one of like the sandbag areas there and gets the thing down. Brown just like pulls out his rifle and is shouting commands. The mounted machine guns within the base, as well as the soldiers, are all opening fire into the spiders. A lot of spiders get blown up, stunned thanks to that flashbang work. You get some like rockets, some heavy machine guns zooming across, spiders exploding, goo going everywhere. It's a regular creature feature. However, the horde of spiders is reaching the base, and one particularly nasty spider, the aforementioned, as big as a Saracen armored car, is like crawling its way right to your guys' hiding spot. Okay. Meanwhile, you are in the woods and you're tangled up by Gulliver, and he looks up and he's like, Shin, I remember you from the botanical garden.
Yes.
What the hell are you doing here?
Long story short, I point to the sword that I'm currently holding in my hand. Lars gave me this. Who?
Lars is like a little bit behind him and is also kind of... Lars was like jutting away.
Yeah.
As soon as the spiders left, but when he sees you, he stops and looks back.
I owe Lars, and my patron has asked me to protect them. That's why I'm here. Why I'm here specifically? Long story short, got picked up by the Nemean Club. They're trying to... It's a whole mess. Can I just get down from here and I'll explain it I'll explain as we go.
He's like, Miss Shin, you know I do trust you, but
Yeah, I know.
this is an operation, a military operation.
I know.
I'm not sure, so we need you to roll a persuade here.
Nope. Wait,
Oh.
that's a 6. Yeah, never mind.
Ah, okay.
It's too bad you're.
He's like,
No.
you'll be able to get yourself free. I'll leave you there. Me and Lord Lars, the damage is done. We've got to get off before those specials start beating the woods to try and find us.
I'll do whatever I can to help.
All right, come on, Lars, my American friend. And Lord Lars is like, look, man, this is a bad scene. Let's get out of here. So, Shin, we're back to you.
I'm going to free myself from entangling woods. I'm gonna follow behind them, kind of trying to keep them on the edge of my view. I'm guessing it's a foggy forest.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I'm just kind of trying to lag behind so that whenever they start searching for this suit, I'll be in between them.
Ooh, okay.
So I'm
well,
essentially
actually,
gonna try to train myself in between them as they flee and whoever I pursue.
Well, actually, it's a good thing you're doing that because their pursuers appear right then. While you are like cowering behind the sandbags, and the other soldiers are battling the spiders, Brown and his squad have slipped away from the base, cut around through the woods, and now they're coming out of the woods towards Lars and Gulliver in like a pincer formation, or they're hitting them from the flank. So you see like Gulliver and Lars are too focused on like getting away to notice a bunch of these heavily armed humans just creeping up on them from the side and like bringing up their guns.
I'm going to begin to. I'm going to draw my sword is out. Just going to rocket forward, just this plume of smoke trailing behind me, and I'm going to just kind of get in their way and not try to hurt any of them per se, but use my sword to knock their guns out of the way and kind of just harry them and kind of try to disarm them as best I can.
Okay, why don't you roll...
Not without trying to inflict any particular harm on them.
Alright, why don't you roll a mislead distractor trick?
That's mind, isn't it? Oof.
Hey.
That's a 9. That's a 9. I rolled a 10 minus 1.
Alright, you have to pick 2.
I see the list. Pick 2. Pick 2. I'm going to create opportunity, and I'm going to confuse them for some time. The opportunity being that they'll be distracted with me kind of flitting about, kind of using the trees to my advantage and kind of flying up and down, just a smoke monster, to allow enough space that they'll lose them as best I can.
Okay. So I will say, thanks to this, Lord Lars is able to turn and slip away. But Gulliver still wants to stay and fight.
That's fine. I don't care about Gulliver. My job was keeping Lars safe.
Alright, so Lord Lars is making his way out to escape through the woods. Gulliver is charging back, like waving his hands to make the vegetation come to his aid.
Cool.
Alright, Carwin. You're cowering behind the sandbags. There's a giant spider creeping up above you. It's a regular Starship Troopers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like
Yeah.
I keep imagining 28 Days Later.
Yeah.
Just like at the attack.
Yeah, it's like
Giant
at the
spiders.
very end of the movie, just
Yeah.
that massive attack scene.
Yeah.
Great scene, though.
I need to rewatch that.
Great movie.
Alright. I have no idea what to do now.
We can pop back to you if you want to.
Well, I want to see if I can, like with the spider there, it hasn't come, it's still coming towards us. It's not at us yet.
No, it's like above you.
Oh.
You're like in the sandbags. The spider's legs are like creeping over the edge.
Could I possibly try and sort of, because I'm still in the mindset to get to Ignatius to figure out what he's doing. So could I just sort of run in between the legs and try and get out?
You could try. Let's have you roll a keep your cool.
I was gonna say escape the situation, but
Oh, okay, that's fair too. All right, yeah, go for it.
rolling with blood. Oh, great.
Yeah,
That's
you should have
fun.
taken the other one.
I should have, yeah.
We can retcon it and say you did.
No,
But
it's funnier this way.
No.
all right, you once again try and hop up. The spider gets you right in its pincers.
Not again.
So you are stuck there.
Didn't know
It
if I
like
can-
grabs you, and its fangs are about to stab into you and deliver some venom.
Didn't know if I could do this. Right.
Seamus,
My guy. I can't. I don't want you to be
Dragons are
hurt.
good and competent.
I don't want you to be hurt.
You have you tainted for him.
you gotta unleash the demon inside.
No, I can handle it. I've only ever had to use this thing once. That's like we're good. We're good. Okay. Find the sandbag. There's no vehicle. We're on a military base. Boy, how close is he to me?
Just like a few feet. He's like right above you.
If he-
You can reach up and touch his legs.
I was gonna say, can I grab him and like, not get him not? held
Try and
by
pull
the-
down.
by
Are
the
you
spider?
stronger than a giant spider?
No,
Let's find
actually,
out.
that's probably not true.
Okay.
That's hosted by Jeff Foxworthy.
Yeah, it's like-
Are you stronger than a
It's
50-foot
like-
spider?
Probably not. Boy, is there anything around me? There are sandbags. Boy, just had a pocket sand idea.
Yes!
Pretty sure I can try that. So, is that possible?
Yeah.
To do? Let's try that.
Yes, you can grab some fallen sand and throw it in his face.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of eyes.
Well, yeah, we'll do that. So, which mislead distract again?
Yes.
Okay, but that's probably not the one I want. But
That's the one you chose.
we'll try it again.
Hey!
Hey!
Whoa!
Wow.
Okay, so minus one.
Double
so
sixes.
11. So I'll create an opportunity round. I don't need to expose a weakness or a flaw, and then I'll confuse that spider for some time, and then we will avoid further entanglement for a time.
All right, that spider is severely confused and will use some time to escape or attack it. But now it is Inspector Callahan's turn.
Shit, I guess, I'm gonna...
That's ridiculous.
Is there like a stationary gun, like a 50 cal or like a
Yeah.
30 millimeter somewhere that I can just get on and be like, ping, 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 ping. Yeah, just plug away.
Yeah, this one is like a few,
Alright.
like right a
'Cause
little bit
Brown
further back
left.
turret area.
So I guess if you got to do something, you gotta do it yourself. And that'll do.
Oh my gosh.
That's a 13.
Dang. All right.
You sniper.
So I
Expert
suspect
mark.
you're doing terrible harm.
I am inflicting as much harm on spiders that are near my companions as possible to create a situation for us to get out of this. Yeah. Because Brown pissed me off from running away, basically, is what I see. So I just get on there and Rambo it.
All right, you just unload into the spider,
Boom, yep.
and it like disintegrates.
On the 50.
You are free, Carwin, and thankfully this heavy spider's, like its brains, abdomen, thorax are just blown to shreds. Legs, you're covered in some nasty yellow spidery goo. It's very gross. But the spider is totally dead.
Tasty.
To get me one of these.
So, as soon as that spider is down, Livingston motions all of you guys further back. Right now, it's still a bit of a draw between the soldiers and spiders. Livingston brings you over to another armored car that's kind of waiting there that has some soldiers driving it right now, but it's like, an APC. There's enough room for you guys to get in. And he ushers, Singh and Seamus in there. And he's motioning still for Carwin and Callahan to join him. There's still spiders, kind of all over the place there. In fact, Callahan, I'm going to have you really keep your cool as a smaller one, a dog-sized one, is coming after you.
8.
Ooh, okay.
I'll take it. I mean, I have no spirit, so...
I will say the spider doesn't get a chance to bite you, but it does jump on top of you. So it's like it kind of crawled around from the side, leapt up, pounced on
I'm
you.
about to get in.
Yeah, and you're kind of rolling around, just trying to get those fangs away from your body there. Carwin, you have fallen to the ground. And I'm going to say you start crawling your way. You're making your way back to the car. So, spider that was about to kill you has been blown to pieces. All right. Meanwhile, Shin,
Yes.
you're over there in the woods. Lord Lars has now safely got away.
Yep.
As you see Gulliver and the soldiers are battling it out, he makes a tree swing over and smash one aside. A vine grabs one, but then Captain Brown just brings up his gun, fires a single shot, and these are rounds covered with cold iron for extra damage to fairies. He scores a shoulder blast and knocks him down. The others close around. He's take that Tuatha bastard alive. And they start chaining him up and with iron manacles around his arms and legs and hauling him up. Would you let this happen, or what is
No, I'm not gonna let this happen. I'm going to get in there, and I'm going to
Wait. This is happening to Gulliver?
yeah.
Yes.
No, not to me. I'm going to go in there and kind of appear through the mist, break the chains that they're binding him with, and then try to kind of shove some of these soldiers away and try to, swing my sword and this should create another distraction. I'm going to try that again. Best I
Okay.
can. That's a 10.
Whoa.
So, I'm going to create an opportunity for him to leave, confuse him for some time, and then I'm going to avoid a further entanglement as there's just this sort of mist monster, this mist demon, smoke demon, just distracting it, and then I'm going to just kind of vanish as if I was never there. Just kind of back in the woods, kind of creating a way for Gulliver to escape.
Ooh, all right. So I'll say because of this, Gulliver is able to break his way free. The chains you smash those chains. He slips down a slight ravine, rolling away from him, going into a gully, and then he springs up and starts dashing his way to safety into the woods. After he goes away a little bit, he actually calls out to you, and he's like, "You You can see the trees and branches are kind of waving.
I'm probably going out with his direction.
Yeah, the needles and leaves pointing to where he is.
Okay, I'm gonna follow that.
And the soldiers, Brown gets real pissed off. He like fires his rifle a bunch after you.
That's a bolt action rifle too. That's a lot of effort.
Well, it's like that's one of the automatic Enfields that.
Oh, if there's a Lee Enfield, I guess I heard that wrong.
Yeah, it's like I'm not sure what kind of the exact name of the assault rifle the British Army had at that time.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's got a full automatic function, which he does, just like blowing up a bunch of trees in his rage. But you have slipped away, and then you rejoin Gulliver. Carwin, back at the base.
Yep.
Livingston's like, "Come on, great red dragon, spread those wings. We're getting out of here."
So she's got a spider on her, correct?
Yes.
Let's give this a shot. So I'm gonna pull out the dagger and see if I can just
We were trying to stab a spider.
kind of, but I'm trying to see if I can flavor it so that I'm unleashing instead of.
Well, I don't see what.
Or not unleashing, but sort of like using let it out instead of unleashing.
I mean, you could use one of your. You want to like maybe you can shift into your dragon form a bit.
I can't. I don't have enough corruption.
Get corrupt.
Yeah, that's the deal.
I haven't had any.
I don't.
opportunities to
Yeah,
do so.
I think it's got to be unleash an attack if you're stabbing it with a dagger. I can't see a version where it's letting it out.
All right. Let's give it a shot then. Nope.
All right. I'm gonna have you really keep your cool right now to see what happens.
Yeah, it's
bad.
pretty booty, isn't it? Dragons are the worst as you get corruption.
All right. You race up for pulling out your little dagger. However,
keep it cool is
Spirit.
Spirit. Actually, barely with a 7.
Nice.
okay. You won't take harm,
Okay.
but you do. There's like another spider shoots out a strand of silk, and you trip on it, and you fall down next to Inspector Callahan. Seamus, you're back in the car watching this whole comedy of errors. What do you do?
Grab a flash grenade.
And you hear a voice inside of you.
Oh.
A voice you've
Yodeling?
heard. Yodeling?
Yeah, I'm like,
A voice you've heard many times, which is like, all of these vermin are my children. Show them their father.
I mean,
Let me out.
as
Show
you,
them what you really are.
as you wish. Yeah, sure, okay. Yeah. So I guess we'll do the devil inside, right? That's the ability. So I had
Plus blood.
I just had glowing eyes, feathers as wings, and then a halo. It's very angelic, actually.
Well, all the best devils
I
are.
thought it was good. So what does that let me do? Then I got to roll with blood. Oh, sweet. I get to do some stuff. Boy, I hope that's helpful. All right, we'll read this afterwards. Okay, pretty good.
Nice.
Plus 2, so 11.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I get to
Awesome.
choose 2, and I don't know what's helpful here. Well, there's still the spiders on you, right? So I guess we can inflict a harm on the spider.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how well I can. How much can I carry when I fly?
You can probably pick up you got demonic strength. You can probably haul both these guys.
Okay, well that's the plan. So we're gonna take that as the second option, and then it says at the bottom, and choose one more. So you
Yeah,
can
'cause you roll plus 10 plus.
I can cash in a dead. Don't with me when you mislead. No, tendrils when you seek the guidance of your patron through rituals and blood. No, cold as ice. Take take +1 blood. What does that mean?
You get to have an extra +1, so like you will
So
do.
next time you roll blood, you add +1 to it.
Feel like you do more damage when you're fighting.
Like maybe hopefully guarantee of a hit.
Yeah. Or I mean, since we're just flying away, can I just take the armor?
Yeah, it's a
There
good
you go.
choice.
You get one armor, blessed or holy
Never
sources
bad,
ignore
never
your
bad one.
weapons designed to stun or impair you have no effect. So yeah.
Yeah.
So harm the spider. I'm just gonna push it. There you go.
All right.
Hey, non-violence, come on. And then I'll just carry these two, and then I'll be like, see ya, nerds.
Let me have you roll mislead, distract, or trick to rescue.
I have to roll again?
Yeah.
I mean, that was just a transform. That was your, like, Sailor Moon style.
Sailor Moon.
Except mine is just melts away.
Yeah. Terrifying.
Melt into smoke.
But now you actually have to do something.
So that's mind. And again, that's an 8 one, so that's fine.
Don't think so.
Well,
Unless
you're
I
armored.
unless I add something.
Now you're armored.
Well, you are armored, so you will take the spider. You are able to like shove it off to the side. I will say more spiders are now surrounding you. So Callahan's safe at least. One of them tries to sink its fangs into you, but that armor prevents it.
The wings just cut me.
Yeah, the fangs are not able to pierce
You
through.
can't touch me.
Inspector Callahan.
Now we're really close range, right? Like they're just right around us.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna do my best to just now pull out the firearm that I have for self-protection, blast any faces of any spiders I can, so as to get in the vehicle and get out of here. Because that's what I thought we were still trying to do.
Yeah.
I want to
Okay.
see Livingston's fate. He's just like, is it hard to get into a car?
I'm not sure if I'm escaping or attacking or keeping cool. What do you think is best for this?
I mean, you could decide. I'd be cool with either of them. I think escape makes the most sense. That's your overall goal.
Okay. Eight. Because escape, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not
All right.
I'm not unleashing, so I get 8. Yeah. So
So
I
you just
will
pick two.
I'll-
Least thing important, or someone take a harm. Maybe the spider gets like a nasty glance against your arm as you're going by.
Yeah, I'll say I suffer harm during my escape because they're still there, and I'm just worried about us getting away.
You could owe. I could see yourself owing Livingston or one of these guys a debt. Because not this guy, but Carwin did try to save you. You can maybe owe him a debt.
True.
So I could see you making a case for some of those.
Or let's say Seamus got it off of me, right?
That I did.
Yeah.
Quite successfully.
Yes. Okay. So we'll go that route. No offense, Carol.
All right, but with that, you were able to push aside the spider. You rush into the APC. Are you going to transform back, or are you just popping in angels' wings and all?
Not transform back. Get in the car.
All right, so you hop into the APC. It zooms away. The battle is still raging behind you. It has somewhat turned in favor of the soldiers, though you can tell like they were pretty well entrenched. They can battle. They can take care of this arachnid assault. But as you guys cruise along through this this winding road, pretty soon. Oh, Callahan.
Charlie, just so you're aware, Shin's out there somewhere. Where are we going to?
Right now, he's like talking to the soldiers who are driving. He's like, right now, my main goal is away. That's the general direction we're going in. Your friend will have to find us a little bit later. And he like looks ahead. He's like, oh, it seems Captain Brown and his special squad are out there. Let's pull over and see if they've had any luck.
Let's not.
I understand you and Mr. Brown have your problems, and I admit your reports about him have been worrying, but well, he's a soldier for the Empire, so
Not in command.
Yeah.
we at least owe him the time of day.
I'm not driving either.
Well, we could change that.
I owe Ignatius more than I owe that man. I need to find him and keep him safe.
Well-
You guys really like the guy that just attacked us.
It's a complicated situation.
Well, yeah, you
I mean,
complicated.
not me.
Livingston's like, I agree, but well, complicated does sum up Northern Ireland in a word.
I want to at least keep him safe so that he can explain himself.
Okay, now you're making more sense.
That's fair. Well, it seems like Mr. Brown over there doesn't have any prisoners, not that he's known for taking them, so I would say he was rather unsuccessful in his search.
So, hopefully Shin's still alive then, and the others.
We'll have to hope. Meanwhile, Shin, we'll hop back to you guys in just a moment as you cruise to a halt in front of these soldiers. Shin, you were talking to Gulliver. Have you, and you could the mission to Yama has been successfully completed, so you can depart your form if you desire.
I assume that Skin to Go Gulliver is much faster than I am on foot, so I'm going to stay in it for a little bit longer until we're clearly safe.
Okay. Well,
I blend in more naturally with the smoke, with the fog anyways.
Well, we're kind of cutting ahead of
Okay,
it.
so then I'm back in my normal human form.
You are you come to a little clearing, further in the woods. There's even a little fairy ring of mushrooms there. So Gulliver goes over and sits down in the middle of it and just heals, is able to undo the damage that even that iron did to him.
Mm-hmm.
So you can tell he's going to be hobbled for a while, but
Yeah.
he's starting to heal.
That's cold iron. It's not great for iron. It's not great for fairies.
Gulliver's like, you're telling me?
Yeah.
You saved my hide back there, Shin.
You're. It's better for the world that it's better for the world that you're free and safe than in chains and in the control of the Nemean Club.
I tend to agree.
What you guys did today? I mean, that was. It was ballsy as hell. So good on you for that. But did it need to happen?
He's like,
I mean, you put Lord Lards' life in danger. I mean, my patron felt worried enough to have me protect him.
well,
Yeah, I mean, Yama's not the one who really cares about this plane of existence.
you'll have to take it up with Lars, both why your patron wants him still around, but he wanted to be involved in this operation.
Of course he did.
Somebody, I mean, as you can imagine, there was a deal behind it.
Yeah.
Apparently, and I'm only telling you this because you saved my life back there,
Of course.
there was a fellow who sold him those spider eggs and taught him how to put them to use. Now, if this fellow did it out of his own kind heart, I do not know. Maybe there was somebody else pulling his strings, but I'll tell you who was behind it, so maybe you can at least go that further up follow that link up the chain.
Mm-hmm.
This fellow's name was Montolio Igantre.
No.
Do I recognize that name?
Oh, so you put a face to a name.
What should I roll? Because he's kind
know,
of
Igantre's
odd.
everything.
He's currently immortal.
His current playbook is immortal, despite me saying he's a dragon.
He's a dragon,
So.
yeah.
Should I roll power
Immortal
then?
is
His power.
power.
I believe,
Yeah.
9.
Yeah, you've heard of. I mean, everybody's heard of Montolio Igantre.
So I probably know of his. So
You were in a game with him last
Yeah.
time, Austin. Yes.
Yeah.
This was Marvin,
Marvin's
the guy who was
character.
currently taking a bit of a break from the show.
I
Well deserved one, but that was the guy who you were driving his car. I
He's
believe.
alive.
he is.
He's immortal.
I probably know him because of the fact that he is immortal, and immortals are always on the list of souls to be collected at a date.
Oh yeah.
There's a kind of a blank on their end of when they live.
No statutes,
Yeah.
limitations.
Yeah, there's always
It was a catch.
yeah, it'll always work out for them.
Hmm.
Same with Dorian Gray. They're waiting for the day that they get to pay for that. They get to take in a honored guest, such as those. Honored guest being sarcastic. Of course, Montolio Igantre, the immortal, lived many lives, ruined many lives. He's well known downstairs.
Well, hopefully you'll have no trouble finding him.
I'm sure I will.
Right now, the deal was done. You should still be living in Boston.
Boston.
Hmm.
So that's where he's at these days.
Yes, and that's where Lord Lars and him arranged for the purchase of those wonderful little spider eggs.
Kind of back close to the beginning for Lars, huh? Back in the New England area.
Oh, yes. I remember Well, I've heard stories about those days. Before even my time, perhaps.
So have I. But
So,
I'm glad to know that this stupidity was on Lord Lars's head, not yours.
so if you go to Boston and seek out this Egantre, maybe you'll find some answers.
Go to Boston. Okay,
A bit of a journey, but for what it's worth,
This
there's a
time-
lot of Irish people there.
that's very true. A lot of support there. Stay safe out there, Gulliver. Keep doing the good work. If you ever need me, let me know.
I will, thank you. For now, I just want to sit here in the grass and see what I can do to heal.
Examine a flower, as a mutual friend of ours might say. I'm gonna leave. I immediately start walking about 10 minutes and I'm just like, where the fuck am I?
Just lost in the woods.
Exactly, just like, might as well head in one direction, I'll find something. I'll either hit water or I'll hit water.
Yeah, that's true.
So, meanwhile, you guys are in the APC driving back. It lets on Captain Brown and his crew. Brown is looking particularly pissed off, even more so than usual. And he goes over to Sing and like is talking to her, trying to keep his voice low and like out of earshot. You can tell it's about you guys.
Could I extend my senses, see if I can hear them?
Sure.
There we go. 11.
All right. With some eavesdropping, you hear he's like, "Those four are with the goddamn rebels. That ghost of them, I had skinned the goat Gulliver, dead to rights, and those, that ghost of theirs, came in, swept him away, saved the bastard's life, let him run off into the woods. I say you two take them all in and let me and the lads here go to work on them." And Singer's like, "Brown, even if that's the case, they still have their uses. They're doing some work for me right now. Hold yourself in check. For now." Let me see, listening to this, and he like looks back at you guys, and you can tell he is like, he's worried, but he doesn't say anything. And with that, your APC rolls along and drifts over down the road. And perhaps I will say, maybe we'll cut ahead a little bit to when you guys are at last reunited. Shin, where do you think you meet these three again?
Whew.
Do you want to all pop back to the White Dragon?
Probably, yeah. I mean, that's what we're going to at least inform Delaney what's going on. I probably arrived there first. Actually, they probably arrived there first, and I come in a little bit later. And I give her the information I learned from Gulliver, which I'm sure she probably already knew.
All right.
And I tell them, so, if we need answers, Boston awaits. Familiar, at least for me, a familiar name, Montolio Agantre.
Ooh, could I put a face to a name for
Yeah,
that?
is that possible?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm more like, my character doesn't actually know that he's a dragon yet.
Ooh, okay.
Actually, wait, hold on.
Egantre is a
I have
dragon as
something.
well.
I can. It says when I seek a broodmaid, you perform a ritual known to dragons. The MC will tell you what components are required. If you seek a particular broodmaid by name, the MC will reveal their location. If you seek an undiscovered broodmaid, the MC will tell you where to find the broodmaid closest to your current location.
I think we might hold off on that until we
Okay.
actually get to Boston. So that'll
Okay.
be when we pick up
Next
again.
episode.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I figure out who it is?
Yeah. Let's have you
Dropping
roll.
names left and
Yeah,
right.
I am dropping names.
Yeah.
Let's have you roll. Put a face to a name.
8. Wait, no, it's
What's
power.
power?
It's power? Oh, that's 11.
Nice!
I've heard of this character. In which way?
I would say when you
What's the yard know about him, or what's come across my desk at least?
I would say back a few years ago, you were a patrol woman, and there was like an intense heist of some magical artifacts in the British Museum. you were investigating. And Egontre was one that, like, you interviewed him a lot. You were 100% sure he did it, but you were not able to find enough evidence. And then he slipped away back to America.
Diplomatic immunity.
Okay.
I'm more just like he just booked it.
I know.
And
Still.
like that straight.
I wouldn't make
That's-
sense.
Before you could do that.
Perfect. I thought he was a suspect. I interviewed him, and then he got.
Yeah. So when Delaney's like, well then, seems you're all off to Boston after this Egontre. Callahan, your eyes lit up. Do you know him?
Actually, thought he was in connection with something before, and it didn't add up. But if his name's coming up again, there's a really good chance that the man's pretty dirty.
That name sounds familiar.
And with that talk of a dirty man, we're gonna draw this
Yeah.
episode.
So basically, I basically just say that
Oh,
that
sounds
that
familiar
name
to you?
sounds familiar, almost like from a dream.
Oh, yes.
Possible.
And we will see this dream, and if you can find Egontre in Boston. Unfortunately, it's going to be a few weeks until we get there with episode 3. But we'll be there. It's going to be Boston in the 70s in a chapter entitled The Snakes Out of Ireland. And you guys will be getting there just in time for St. Patrick's Day. So, lots of fun. Whitey Bulger is going to be involved. It'll be a whole fun time. But next week, we have another special treat with some other special guests. That is going to be the day of our one-shot, in which we are going to leave Belfast behind just for a bit and go a little bit ahead to New York, 1977. A world of disco, graffiti, warring street gangs. The Bronx is burning, the Summer of Sam,
Also,
Ford
Star
to
Wars?
City, Drop Dead, Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. So all of that, and I have the factions written out and the characters. So I'll be giving that to you guys very soon. Some familiar faces will be returning, and it's also a Christmas special.
Oh,
Just
Yes.
it's the Christmas miracle.
It's a In fact, it'll be called Disco Santa's Cocaine Christmas. So get ready for Disco Santa's Cocaine Christmas next Tuesday.
How is that not a video game?
It probably has been if you look on Steam, and most likely it's
Oh
there.
my god, that sounds amazing.
Let's talk about
Holy crap.
let's talk about our closing moves before we head out. We'll start with Carwin there, and then maybe we'll talk a little bit more about Disco Santa's Cocaine Christmas.
Oh my god, that's such a great name.
Let's see.
So, do any factions go up or down? And then, do you think you owe anybody here a debt?
No, I definitely owe debts.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think any factions change.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, no. The only thing that might have changed, like before I had gotten Shin's information, was Wild. But now that I know his reasoning, I know that it doesn't change anything. So, in terms of debts, I think I owe both of these two, both Miss Callahan and Seamus. So I don't know how that's gonna work with Seamus, but
Well,
I'll be in the background.
yeah, I'll be looking in the background. In fact, Seamus, I don't know if you want to do those debts or factions because you are
Yeah.
departing, but I mean, hopefully you'll reappear with this character or another one. But let me ask you this: what do you think happens to Seamus as the years go on?
I think obviously at the end he's gonna have to choose a side there. He's gonna definitely have to decide. And I don't know if I'm pretty sure at a certain point he's gonna turn sort of violent in like a quick, very fashion, and
Ooh.
I don't think he's gonna survive.
Oh no!
To be fair, yeah.
Oh,
Knowing
Inspector
that now,
Callahan.
can he still be called upon as an NPC?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah. In fact, I might have to rate his fatal end into the story at some part if you're okay with that.
We'll talk. Keep me up to date. You know, who knows? I might be able to come back.
Oh, I'd love that. Yeah, and
before you get
big thank you to joining us tonight. Always good to have you. And I love the mild mannered Sean with the Seamus Smith with a demon inside of him, and you played him wonderfully.
Oh, thank you. I tried my best. I appreciate it. I really love being here. So, love having you here too. You guys are great.
Oh, thank you. Dallas, what about for your finishing?
All right.
Do you think you...
So yeah, it was gonna be wild going down because
okay.
of the
the spider attack.
the spider attack. Did you clear that up, or you just told us we have to go to Boston?
I keep thinking these are jelly.
Oh, what did you want to know about?
Would you have told us that?
basically
Look,
I was. Yeah.
that was all a thing they had to do.
I would have left out that. I would have tried to phrase it in a way that would have shifted blame away from Gulliver and Lars to something else and asked them to do it as a part of a deal.
Yeah, that's why I said that.
Yeah.
That wild didn't change for me.
So yeah, I definitely intentionally phrase it in such a way that would shift blames. If you want to insight me on that.
All right.
But I did reveal the information that this was part of a deal that was brokered by a guy out of Boston named Mongolia Ogantre, who gave them these eggs for whatever purpose he needs them for. He wanted to do it.
Gotcha. All right, so then I will be putting Knight down because they are. They helped give the Dullahan over to the Red Hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're going down, even if they want to just play kind of neutral and see what happens. They're supplying, and then mortality up because I guess just because Charlie came in and did
saved
his
you
thing.
guys.
Brown would almost got them a negative from running,
Oh, yeah.
but I was able to get something with that. So I would say mortality goes up just because of Charlie being steady. He's solid so far, and Knight goes down. And I would say Seamus gets one. I'm gonna give Cameron a debt for jumping out of the car. You did leave it to get me, right?
I was still getting to the car, so
I think I left the car.
He left the
Okay,
car.
alright, so
yeah.
then it is just
It was
Seamus, I
Seamus,
guess.
yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to be fair
I
about
tried,
it.
but-
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm trying to be fair about it.
He did it in that.
I mean, thought that counts, maybe.
yeah.
Um,
That's fine. You don't need to.
and because you told me what happened, I'm not asking you for something for running away.
Oh no,
'Cause
don't
you're
worry.
like, you didn't say I gotta go take care of something. You're like, I'm out of this one. I was like,
I can't be involved.
You're like,
So it's
Sorry.
like Babe Ruth just leaves the team. What's going on?
I know.
Supposed to be
Yeah.
swinging.
The muscle.
It's like, I trust you.
Goodbye.
It's like, you can.
Unfortunately, the alternative is I take 2 armor piercing automatically if I don't do the job.
I don't know that, but because you
Yeah,
explain
player
yourself, then
conversation.
yeah.
Well, speaking of our muscle,
So if
what
I,
faction up for you or down?
I think
Shane?
Knight increase. They realize that I'm not. I'm gonna be on any particular side except the side that gets people on top. That I'm an agent of deals. So obviously, I brokered it. I basically, I dealt with,
Gotta have those deals.
Dorian and Roxy to, help provide information to take down Thatcher in exchange for information that helped all of us, and specifically, the Tuatha. But I do think mortality dropped for a whole host of reasons, starting from abandonment here, which Shin feels guilty about, as well as fighting with Brown.
Yeah.
Brown has eyed me as this person is not on our side.
Absolutely.
They're not sure if they're fighting with the Tuatha, but they're clearly not on their side. That probably marks them as an enemy in Brown's book.
Oh, yeah.
As for debts, I definitely think I owe Kareem a debt. I've already kind of I basically she's the person that I'm actually trying to protect to some degree, and in a moment of danger I abandoned to follow some other path, and I feel bad about that. I wish I didn't. My character Shin wishes they didn't have to be in that position, but the duty to King Yama and to Lars comes first. So I'm gonna owe you a debt for that.
Okay. Because you do watch my back.
Yep. And I genuinely feel bad about that. I should have done that.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, so with that, we're going to bring this episode to a close. I'll be sending you guys the faction lists tonight or tomorrow for Disco Santa's Cocaine Christmas. And I will see you
Say it
guys.
as many times as you can.
Yes. So I'll get back here for our fun '70s New York Christmas extravaganza. Same time next week.
I put it on a postie. I was like, I have to remember this.
Yeah,
I put
it's
it
a
on
great
post-it
name.
note, like right here. I'm like, yes. We gotta find some music for next week. All right,
You
so
gotta find some disco tunes for sure.
oh yeah. So thanks everyone. Thanks for hanging out with us. I did want to thank Elastraza 3 days ago as a follower. So thank you so much for following us and hanging out with us. Hopefully you'll tune in more often. We're just here to have fun and play some. Pretty much our channel's become a place to play Magpie games.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
And I am 1,000,000,000% okay with all of this.
And so are they.
Yeah,
We do love Magpie games.
we do too. I actually bought.
Very awesome about it.
They make great games, and they're very.
They really do.
supportive.
They're really good people. I've met a few of them over the years, and they're actually very brilliant and still a very small independent publisher, and they really do look for good talent. So, very happy that we're still doing Magpie games. So,
Yeah.
thanks everyone. Come back next week for Disco Santa's Cocaine Christmas. So, I'm pretty sure I'm going to enjoy this. So.
You should play it.
Over the next week, though, before you come back and watch us, make sure and pull up a chair and make time to tabletop. All right, guys, have a good night.